Hello, Facebook and YouTube. I always forget to connect my sometimes. So, doing that. Well, I am here to do the daily energy read. So, let me just get into it. Feathers. All right, divine forces of unconditional love, light, peace, love, health, prosperity, and everything good and positive. What does the highest selves of the masses want us to know? What messages do we need to hear today? Any perhaps warnings that we can be aware of? What areas of growth perhaps are needed? We're just open to whatever messages that you have for us on today. Alright. One more shuffle, knock, and pull from the top. Alright, so we have inner wisdom, vitality, and lightness. Kind of still the same energy that I was getting from yesterday. Not surprising. Bottom of the deck we have inner sense. So a lot of the energy that I was receiving yesterday was a call to be more spiritual, right? And in that, connecting with your highest self. We have the inner sense card, which is the bottom of the deck card, which assists with clarity, senses, and inner peace. This is the mudra. It reduces sensory overload and aids in the assimilation of life experiences. So, the masses may be going through a deep transformation right now, which is why there is a call for more spiritual connection at the time. It assists with abdominal breathing, calms the nervous systems, supports the urinary and eliminatory systems. The affirmation for this mudra is: inner sensing guides me to greater understanding. Inner sensing guides me to greater understanding. Inner sensing guides me to greater understanding. So, Spirit is wanting us to be more in touch with our bodies, right? Be more in touch with the inner workings of your body. Feel every sensation that you can. Isolate your mind into specific areas of the body and just explore the body with just that. Isolating that mind, perhaps just in that pinky toe. Put all your mental energy there and just feeling it out. And travel, use that mental focus and concentration to travel that energy all the way through the foot and then up the leg, and just explore the whole body with that. Inner wisdom we have, it says, it's the first mudra out. The one that I just read was the overall energy. So again, there's a lot of transformation going on, and these are the things and points that can help us to achieve that overall energy. So we have 33 inner wisdom. This is the crown chakra, or this is more, these mudras are more of the elements. So this is more of the space, the ether element, but it does connect more to the crown chakra, the spiritual sense. So just in alignment with everything I was just saying, this assists with divine union, inner silence, and spiritual consciousness. It assists with grounding energy and calming the mind for meditation practices. So as you do that traveling with the mind, you can hold your hand in this mudra. Opens higher awareness, helps to open one to inner peace, knowing, and surrender. Exactly what everything I was just kind of saying. The mudra for this is: I uncover and honor the unique wisdom within. I uncover and honor the unique wisdom within. And as you do that focus and traveling through the body, you may experience exactly that, uncovering the honor and unique wisdom that is within you. You may learn some things about yourself and your body and how you can heal your body just with your mind and your focus. Vitality. This mudra helps with inner cycles, fluidity, vital energy, which is exactly what you're going to need in a transformational period. You need to be fluid. You need to be able to just flow. This is the element of water. It supports the reproductive and urinary health, directs breath to the sacrum, lower back, pelvis, relaxes the lower back, and activates the flow of subtle energy. And this is exactly what is needed when you're wanting to communicate more with spirit. You need to be subtle. You can't be really dense, and your mind can't be bogged down with thought after thought after thought. You have to be open. You have to be free. You have to be subtle. You have to be able to just flow. The affirmation is, I open to the vital and subtle energy that is within. I open to the vital and subtle energy that is within. Remember, we have all this energy and all of this energy calling for us to go within. Even the first mudra, the affirmation is, I uncover and honor the unique wisdom within. This next one, I open to the vital. You got to understand that that energy is vital to be able to connect to that subtle, to really soften your mind and hone in that focus onto just those specific parts of the body and just get in tune with your body. I open to the vital and subtle energy that is within. And the last mudra we have is lightness. This assists with positivity, playfulness, and lightness. It directs breath and awareness to the upper chest, neck, and head, releases tension from the jaw, instills a sense of laughter and play. Thought to assist in removing obstacles from one's life. Exactly what is needed when you're going through a transformation, right? Obstacles of the old self, and learning how to release that and, draw in and just work towards being one with your highest self, doing that transformation and elevating, evolving, leaving the old you behind and evolving to the new you, because that's what life is about. It's a continuous learning process. The affirmation is, I move through life with lightness and joy. And that's what we have to do, because the only thing constant in life is change. You can't hold on to anything. You can't hold on to anything. So move through life with lightness and joy. Detach from, this 3D realm. A healthy detachment, right? Not being in that double energy of obsession and toxicity and codependency, trying to hold on to things. A healthy detachment from the world and connecting with your highest self, your inner being, that vital, subtle, unique, honorable wisdom and energy within. So use this inner sensing, as I was speaking before, to guide you to greater understanding of all of these other mudras, and just a greater understanding of life and yourself and your journey and your purpose here. So let's get some tarot. I'm going to shuffle these 2 more times. 1 and 2, and let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here. All right, what we got? The Strength card. Yeah, so this is, like I said, kind of feeling like there's a transformation. There may be a burdensome energy plaguing the masses at this time, but Spirit wants us to be in the energy of positivity and light, and the energy of playfulness and lightness, and the energy of fluidity, and the energy of connecting with our inner selves, that inner silence, and being more aware of our spiritual consciousness, being more in the 5D energy, being light. All right, so there's we have the Strength card, and we have the Hangman card, and the Three of Cups. So we need to find the strength in seeing things from a different perspective, because right now I feel like there's a stagnant energy. A stagnant energy that's preventing us from being able to be in this playful energy. It's interestingly enough, the Three of Cups is all about celebration, play, reunion with friends, and it came out right underneath this lightness energy, which calls for playfulness. I'm glad it didn't fall on the floor. Which calls for playfulness. You know, it even says it on here: positivity, playfulness, and lightness. So there's a blockage. We're too worried about relationships that, you know, didn't work out, crying over spilt milk. And it could be not only just relationships, it could be you know, work situations and just the way life is going at this time. And it's, you know, 2020 may not be what you imagined it to be or thought it was going to be, but Spirit wants you to be in the energy of fluidity. Use this time to grow deeper and to connect with yourself, to connect with Spirit, whatever your beliefs is, you know, whether it's Christianity, Muslim, or Buddhism, Hinduism, or Hoodoo. Hoodoo is a tradition. Ifa, Vodun, whatever it is, connect more, you know. And as you connect more, maybe you'll explore and see that maybe this isn't working for me. I need to explore something different, you know, or you strengthen it, and who knows. But whatever it is that you believe in, know that your highest self is going to guide you to the best, you know, practice for you. But you have to be open to explore it, to really explore every part of it and test it out. But yeah, so, and there's possibly have been some messages coming in about certain relationships that you may need to cut out, and you just haven't had the strength to do so. You've been, you know, in stagnant and trying to put things off. But that subtle and vital energy within you is telling you, like, this cycle has ended, you know, and it's time for me to move forward. But there's, you know, you just hadn't been listening to that energy and that inner knowing that you have to release those things that are causing you drama. But it's time for us, all of us, to ground ourselves, to take back control, to really think in a practical way, and focus on that inner work. Focus on our gifts and talents, because our gifts and talents is part of our destiny. If you want to know what your divine purpose is in life, or what your life purpose is, think about what your talents are. Because 9 times out of 10, your destiny, your purpose surrounds, you know, you working those talents and those gifts. And, you know, right now may just be a time for you to be alone, because we do have the 9 of Pentacles. That is the single card. It's a self-discipline card as well. Disciplining yourself to really go within and see and examine those things that you have been investing your time in. Examine those relationships that you've been investing your time in. And also looking to your, you know, the Wheel of Fortune. This is your destiny card. Like, is this person conducive to your destiny? Is this action or habit that you have conducive to where you want to go in life? And if it's not, you need to find the strength because this is something you've been battling for a long time. You know, the strength to release it, the strength to see, truly open your eyes to the obstacles and the blockages that this has caused, right? So let's get some clarification for all the main energy that we have out here. So what's clarifying? Let's clarify the strength card. You need to find the strength to love yourself enough to release those toxic things in your life. It goes back to, I think back to a motivational speech I heard from Will Smith, where, you know, briefly, he was like, he would come up with these scenarios and say, well, you know, as he's, you know, this is self-dialogue. I love you too much to let you do that. You know what I'm saying? So one scenario he brought up was, you know, in school, you have a test the next day, but there's a dope ass party. And he's like, you know what? I know that party is going to be lit. This is self-conversation, right? I know that party is going to be lit, but I love you too much to let you go to that party and not study for this test. Because if you go and you don't study and you fail that test, you're going to be so mad at yourself. You're going to be so down on yourself. I love you too much to allow you to do that. You know, and those are the type of conversations that we need to start having with ourselves when it comes to, you know, overgiving ourselves to people who don't appreciate it, or to jobs that don't appreciate it. And just relationships, again, like family relationships, romantic relationships. It's time for us to find the strength to love self. Clarifying the Hangman is the Tower card. So the Hangman is about saying things from a different perspective and reaching that enlightenment. And the Tower card is about that revelation, you know, a sudden revelation that hits you. You can't deny it. Spirit is like, you know, I'm tired of this shit, so it's manifesting, whether it could be good or it could be bad. It depends on how stubborn you are in releasing this situation, or, you know, learning the lesson. And you know, Spirit may have to come in with the smackdown and be like, no, we can't. You need to cut this shit out. And you need to be true to your authentic self with the Queen of Cups. Like truly honor yourself and be open to that vital and subtle energy that's within you, your inner self. I'm just feeling like this message for today is like your inner self, your highest self is trying to communicate with you and you're not listening. It's trying to connect with you and to release a burden, help you to release a burden, to honor yourself more, and you're not listening. We're not listening. Clarifying the Three of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, which is the energy of heavy mental conflict. And that's probably what's causing us to not be able to embrace this playful, light energy, because all of the things that we see in the 3D is telling us shit is fucked up. Things are bad. You're not worthy. You're not deserving. You're not pretty enough. You're not skinny enough. Or just listening to all of the bullshit that people have been telling us and have been programmed into us. It's keeping us from being able to heal that inner child. And it's time for us to release, to connect with our inner selves. Connect with that inner child. Connect with our highest self and see what healing needs to happen. We need to jump into that rabbit hole and go deep into our inner selves and do the healing that is needed there. Stop being stubborn to the messages that are trying to come in with this Knight of Swords here in reverse. And the message that the Knight of Swords is bringing is that it's the Queen of Wands. That energy of gaining confidence and believing in yourself and taking matters into your own hands. Loving yourself when other people don't love you or don't appreciate you. Appreciate yourself. Look at that. Four of Wands. Married, being happy married to yourself, marrying yourself. The Four of Wands is kind of like the twin flame energy, your soulmate energy. It can represent marriage, a union between two people, but this could be the union between your 3D self and your 5D self. A marriage and a merging of your divine masculine, divine feminine energy coming together as one, being balanced, right? Give me clarity on the Five of Cups, please. Knight of Cups. And not allowing the harshness of the times to keep you from having an open and loving heart. Not allowing these tough times to keep you from being able to move through life with lightness and joy. And clarity on the King of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Clarity on the King of Pentacles. I think this is the Emperor card, and it is. Over the King of Pentacles. And I truly feel like the King of Pentacles is one of those energies, is the Emperor. I feel like the King of Pentacles energy can shapeshift between the two, because, the Emperor card is like the King of Kings, right? And the King of Pentacles, that represents earth energy. And, we have the different suits, fire, air, and water. And all of those elements reside within the earth element, right? And the Pentacles represents the earth, the physical 3D. So that's why I feel like, that this energy can shapeshift. And this is just, again, about getting control of your life and taking the action towards loving yourself, taking the action towards developing a meditation practice. And meditation is a spiritual practice that can be just a tool or addition to any other practice that you indulge in. Any religion, you can add meditation to it. Meditation isn't specific, it's universal, right? Meditation is universal. Taking control and releasing control. Taking control in the fact of, or looking at control in the fact of just taking that leap of faith, not being so rigid. Because this is coming out underneath the lightness. And so you may have been just trying to control things. Control. And it's time for you to just be free, with the Judgment card here. Make the decision to release control to your spirit guides, your ancestors, just to God, the universe, and trust that the universe has your back. I had a few cards, yoga cards yesterday, and I'm trying to remember the messages that were on there. One of them says, I'll open my heart to the universe and believe that nothing but positive experiences are coming to me. I open my heart to the universe and believe that nothing but positive experiences are coming to me. The other one was, my heart is one with the earth. Compassion flows through me. I'm trying to see if I can remember the other one. But making that decision that you're going to trust. Trust. Give me clarity on the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Star card. Getting in tune with your star player, your highest self, implementing that discipline of trust, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles can represent self-discipline, right? So being disciplined and focused in on your healing, no longer ignoring yourself, no longer ignoring what it is that you need. King of Cups. So we have the King and the Queen of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have a lot of cup energy here. This is about love, but love for self. Okay, learning to love yourself and making the right decisions for you. You know, not allowing these toxic codependent relationships in your life to make you feel less than. Give me clarity on the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands, taking action. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Swords, taking action on this dark night of the soul energy, this heavy energy of anxiety and, you know, feeling like the world is against you and just having these negative thoughts turn over and over and over in your mind. No, cutting that shit off, detaching from that, connecting spiritually and declaring and focusing and believing that nothing but good is coming to you. And clarity on the Wheel of Fortune, please. Yes. You've been the wounded warrior. You know, but you still have fight left in you. This is what the Nine of Wands is about. No longer playing the victim. No longer being the victim of life and taking control. Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, right? This mental conflict, and then the Ace of Swords coming on top of it, bringing truth and clarity, purity, purging that bullshit, purging those negative thoughts. Okay. So overcoming that Nine of Swords energy. Let's get some advice cards, or we're going to get some crystal cards. So these are healing cards. These are cards that's going to help us to move forward, perhaps to clarify the message that we have here even the more, bring more insight, and perhaps provide some advice. So I'm going to shuffle this 2 more times, and then I'm going to cut, knot, and cut. Just kind of wanted to come out, so I'm going to take that as well. So we have Danburite, Astrophyllite, and Canvasite. So we have a lot of ites here. And then bottom of the deck we have Honey Calcite. So this is the overall energy. The Honey Calcite crystal is a honey-hued mineral on a mission to turn the bewildered and bumbling into super-driven worker bees. Exactly. Remember, the overall energy when it comes to tarot is this Nine of Swords, bewildered energy, bumbling, anxiety-driven. It says anyone with a job to do, and the job now is to go within and to connect more spiritually. The brilliant, but it's who needs it? The brilliant but lazy, and any Taurus energy. Where to put it? Instead of banging your forehead repeatedly on your desk, try a gentle kiss of Honey Calcite there instead. When to use it? When the barriers to abundance feel too big to power through. Right. Isn't that what the reading been about? When it's time to stop waiting your turn and stop waiting until tomorrow, right? Didn't I say that with the Queen of Pentacles? No, not with the Queen of Pentacles, but with the Queen of Wands, taking matters into your own hands, taking back control, taking that action, and trusting that everything will work out. You know, that you are okay being by yourself, and you deserve people in your life that will honor you, and accepting nothing less than that. It says, picture yourself triumphant on the other side of whatever stands in your way, and call on Honey Calcite to kick in the door, break through your limits. All right, so we're going to do the Lemurian quartz because it just kind of wanted to pop out, so I'm going to read that. It says Lemurian quartz is identified by its blushing hue, Who needs it? Anyone in need of anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. Isn't that what the source is about? Thoughts, right? So, perfect card. Where to put it? Lumerians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, or other crystals that need more juice. And remember, we were talking about kind of that energy focusing on certain body parts. So if there's a body part that needs energy, you can kind of think on this Lemurian quartz. And when look at this card, push pause and meditate with the thought of the Lemurian quartz going into that specific part of the body that you feel like you need to meditate on or with. When to use it: whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. Escape your mind. All right, so first crystal for the reading, we have Danbarite. It says, what is it? Like the beta blockers in grandma's medicine cabinet, Danbarite twinkling effervescent energy takes the edge off with its serious feel-good vibes. Ashe. Because remember, the energy started out with a lot of heaviness. So it's kind of take off the edge. Who needs it? Emos, goths, or button-up white collar stress cases. Exactly. With all of the stress and drama going on with the times. Danbarite is a good crystal to have. Where to put it? Wherever you want to do some elevated thinking, feeling, dreaming, or just being. When to use it: when the daily grind has ground you into the pavement. Exactly. When you feel like launching into space but lack astronaut training, vibing with Danbarite can help divert your busy mind away from its pesky physics-ruled orientation. Exactly. That grounded, rigid energy of the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, releasing that, making a judgment, and flowing, getting to the energy of flow and into the energy of feel good and the energy of lightness and playfulness. Back to the card here. There's somewhere else out there. Flip on the high beams and explore. Turn on your electric light. And you can imagine this Danbarite energy as you're doing that mental meditation flowing through the body, as I was explaining or talking about earlier. Next crystal is the astrophyllite. What is it? Astrophyllite gets its name from the Greek words for star and leaf. It forms in precise brown-orange metallic blades that contain titanium and iron. Very rare and very expensive. It's found in only a few isolated locations like